Chair, if you're ready to start.
All right.
David, are you going to kick us off?
Excellent. Well, I will be. Welcome.
Chair, if you're ready to start.
Welcome to my students and welcome to
The reception's bad. You're freezing, Davis.
Okay. So I'm looking at my time. I will have to go and see the assistant.
Yeah, this is Darren. We've got a problem in the Civic at the moment with not getting any network of all the things that could possibly happen. So I'm going to work with colleagues to try and resolve this.
Darren, it's Charlie here. Just wondering if our colleagues from Unison are having a problem with the video feed. Might be better just phoning in. We may not be able to see them, but at least we could hear.
I think yeah, leave it with me, Charlie. I'm working on it.
Okay, thank you.
I can really hear that.
Right, so you can't hear me clearly.
Just about. I can hear you just about.
virtual employees consultative forum meeting. Can I remind all attendees to turn off mobile phones? And then can I ask all those present to introduce themselves, members and officers?
I can start. Maybe we can just go down the order on the attendees on the Teams list. So I'm Adam Swirsky. I'm councillor for West Harrow Ward. I'm the portfolio holder for finance and resources, including HR. So I think Andrew's next. Andrew Dickey.
Turn off mobile phones.
Yeah, sorry, I'm Andrew Dickey. I'm head of employee relations, part of the HR and OD team.
Angela.
Oh, Angela Murphy-Strawn, councillor for Andrew.
Anne.
Yeah,
You're on mute, Anne.
Pamela Fitzpatrick, councillor for Headstone South Ward.
Is it me now?
I think Anne.
Anne Lyons, branch secretary, NAHT.
And Camilla. Camilla. Camilla might be on mute. Should we go to Charlie and come back?
Good evening, everyone. Charlie Stewart, corporate director for resources.
And Philip.
Good evening, Philip Benjamin, councillor for Stanmore Park Ward.
John is next.
John Griffiths, corporate health and safety.
And then John Royal. John, we didn't hear you, I think.
John Griffiths, corporate health and safety.
Oh, sorry, the other John, Royal.
Okay.
Okay, we'll come back. Meenakshi.
Good evening.
Oh, I think you put yourself on mute.
Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm Mina Palmer, councillor for Belmont Ward.
And Pamela Belgrave.
Pamela Belgrave, branch secretary for GMB.
Tracy.
Tracy College, director of HR and OD.
And Varsha.
Councillor Varsha Palmer, Marlborough Ward, and reserving for Graham Hanson.
We've got someone on the phone. Oh, John, I can see you.
Yeah, no, I'm not on no phone.
Great.
I think it may be Morgan on the telephone.
Yeah, Morgan Hernandez, health and safety officer, Unison. I had a bit of technical difficulties, so I'm sharing with John.
Brilliant, we can hear you. That's great. And I think we come back to Camilla.
Councillor Camilla Bath, Stanmore Park Ward, and shadow portfolio holder for housing.
After you, Davis.
Excellent, all done. Thank you very much. All welcome to the meeting.
Sorry, Adam, you have got Anne. That's probably who's on the phone. Anne Jones.
Ah, Anne Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, good evening, everyone. It's Anne Jones. I'm branch president GMB.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
So attendance by reserve members and apologies. I don't think there are any apologies from any councillors. We have Councillor Palmer in for Graham Henston, and I've received apologies from Louise Crimmins, and Morgan Hernandez is attending as reserve for Gary Martin. So now we need to appointment of chair and vice chair. The employee side has nominated me chair for this for the coming year. And we now need nomination for position of vice chair from the council side.
Davis, I've been nominated as vice chair from the council side.
Excellent, that's nice and easy.
Great.
Next we move on to declarations of interest. And I need to ask whether there are any declarations from members of the forum or any other members present. When declaring interest, members must identify the item on the agenda, state the nature of the interest, disclose pecuniary or non-pecuniary, and outline the interest itself. If a disclosable pecuniary interest is declared, the member must leave the room during the discussion and decision making on the relevant item. Seeing what's on the agenda today, I don't think that should be a problem, but are there any declarations from the members?
No.
I'll take that as a note. So then I will ask if we can go through the minutes of the last meeting. They are on pages 7 to 12 of your pack, and the minutes are only being discussed for their accuracy. So, let's ask you to look at page 8. Page 9. Page 10. And page 11. Are we all happy to agree the minutes in terms of their accuracy as a reflection of what was conducted in our last DCF? 4th of March.
Agreed.
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 Agreed. Agreed.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, so then we have received no petitions, deputations or public questions as far as I've been informed, which are items 5, 6 and 7 on the agenda. So we can move straight on to agenda item 8, which is the annual health and safety report. And I asked John Griffiths to present the report.
Thank you, David. Yes, the health and safety report, obviously it's all been sent to you. It's quite detailed, a lot of information, a lot of data in it, and I don't expect to go through line by line, but what I will do is summarise some of the achievements and improvements for that year. The year-end health and safety report summarises the achievements and improvements made in April 2019 and March 2020. So that is pre-COVID, before COVID hit in March. In 2008.
Sorry, John, can I just stop you there for a second? This report was only received by the employee side yesterday. So we haven't had time to read and digest. I believe Pamela has her hand up, and maybe she would like to come in and discuss.
Yeah, the report that we received it at 12 o'clock yesterday. I've definitely, on the GMB side, we haven't had time to actually read it or digest it or even be able to comment on it at the moment, and I think the others have had the same. I think John's got his hand up as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Can I ask one question? We only received it yesterday, and there's 112 pages that are how you expect me to read and digest it and put questions today. Can I ask, when did the councillors receive it?
I can't answer that. Obviously, that report was written a couple of months ago. Yeah, so I'm not too sure, and I don't know the answer why you only just received it.
Well, nor do we, but we can't comment on it.
Hold on, John.
We've only got it. But just a question: when did the councillors receive it?
Chair, can I interrupt? The agenda was published last Wednesday, and everyone, including the audience and members of the council, should have received an email link last Wednesday to the agenda.
No, I only received it. Well, I'm on today. I put it on my laptop. It was sent yesterday, 112 pages. There's no way with my other duties I can read that and digest that for the meeting today. No way. The document needs to be withdrawn because we haven't had a chance to read through the contents and discuss at a later date. You need to give us an opportunity to read the document and then come back with questions.
Can I make a suggestion as chair? Would it be not possible for this document to be held over until the next scheduled ECF, which I believe is the 13th of January, giving everyone sufficient time to read it and be able to make comment on it, because it is quite a detailed document and there is a lot of information in there. And it's really not fair on the employee side to be asked to comment on this document today. Is that possible?
I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Chair, if I may, just a matter of procedure, if nothing else, although that is, to my belief, an excellent suggestion of yours. I understand from Alison that was sent, the calling notice with the agenda was sent out last Wednesday. Is that correct? Can I just check that, Alison?
Yes, the agenda was published last Wednesday in accordance with a 5 clear working day deadline. I did email it out as well to everybody just to make sure everyone had it. So that was yesterday.
Okay, but the actual was sent out
last Wednesday, yes.
And that included the report?
Yes, it did.
Now, was that by a link?
Yes.
So it may well be that certain colleagues have not managed to or seen that there was a link there. I presume that is what.
That is possible.
Nothing. No, we didn't see it.
Actually, that is correct. It's a link, but we would not receive that document as a link, and we never have done. We have received it as a proper documentation, either back in the day as a hard copy, but we would have received it like it got sent yesterday. We would not have received it as per link within other supplement agendas. That would never have happened.
Pamela, thank you for that. That's very useful. I think it's the problem, Chair, of the fact that it was a link, which sounds like it's a new way or an unusual way of having sent out the document. So just for members' benefit, it was not incorrectly sent. The time was given, but I think the problem is because of that link, our colleagues have not had a chance to review it. Just wanted to make sure we understood that for the record. However, Chair, as long as, of course, everyone agrees that we will postpone this, and there's no problem with John that he doesn't need something out of this meeting for the health and safety executive or for our own internal purposes, then I think it was an excellent suggestion you made to postpone it till next time. John, could you just confirm that, please?
Yeah, that's fine by me, Charlie. That's fine by me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlie. I see Pamela has she did have her hand up. That's gone down now. Pamela?
No, not me.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same. It seems sensible to. Oh, sorry, both Pamela.
Sorry, Councillor Fitzpatrick.
Sorry,
it's okay.
Too many of us. Okay, I was just going to say the same. If the union side haven't seen it, it seems sensible to give time and come back, and the next meeting's not that far off. I mean, I did have trouble with the link as well. I don't know if other councillors did, but I don't know if it's my machine's not linked up properly, but I had difficulty. I had to go through the main website to get it. So, but it seems sensible if everybody's agreed to defer.
No, I have to say that I had problems with that link and was really only able to open it when Alison resent it this afternoon. So, yeah, I totally agree that if everyone else is in agreement that it be postponed until the next meeting.
Can I say from the councillor side, I had difficulty with it, but I put it down to my computer wasn't working properly. And it wasn't until yesterday that my office at the Civic Centre was able to send me a copy. And I've done my best to read as much of it as possible and with as much detail.
Sorry, Mum.
Apologies. Can I just confirm? Sorry. Who sent the link out? What was the person's name?
It was me, Pamela, Alison.
Alison, no, sorry. The one I've got on the Wednesday that was sent last week was the pension fund was one. Sorry, I thought it was yours, but it's not. It was the pension.
That wasn't.
So no, I cannot find that email on the GMB side. I've just been checking. So I just wanted that noted. Sorry.
Well, I think that the feeling in the room is that we should hold this over till the next ECF. Are we all in agreement with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Excellent.
Yep. Chair, is it right if I just add something? Would it be handy if we could get hard copies as well? So then maybe this problem wouldn't happen with all the links.
That is a good idea. For those that require hard copies, obviously who are struggling to access the link. Obviously, you know.
Since we've got now till January, we have that amount of time to get the hard copies out.
Yeah, that isn't. I would think that's a good idea. Obviously, that decision doesn't actually lie with me, but I do see a couple of hands up. First of all, Charlie.
I'm probably going
to. Chair, the council is moving away from printed documentation in general for all meetings. We can do it by exception. If I suggest there is an exception, they email in to Alison to ask for a specific one. It does take longer to produce. We don't have the facilities necessarily to hand at this moment in time. So I would prefer if we could continue with electronic. However, I do realise that some may wish to take it in hard copy, but that has to really be an exception.
I have no problem with that at all, Charlie. I mean, I think most people have actually got their hands on a hard copy now. Albeit at a late stage, so I don't think that'll be any issue for the council going forward, and I fully appreciate and support paperless, the paperless way forward. I see Anne has her hand up. Anne Lyon.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I was going to say that I do think it's important we do move away from paper copies. So as a matter of course, I wouldn't want to receive paper copies. It is just a recognition that for people like myself who are not employees, you know, sometimes connecting up to links is not quite so easy. So I'm grateful to Alison for having sent out the email yesterday, and that format would certainly suit me. Thank you.
Excellent. Any more?
Yes, on the councillor side, I agree with you. We need to move away from paper society, but I still think it's very important for those who feel that it would help them to have it in paper form. We do have more time to look at it this time, but I think a couple of days to absorb that document wasn't enough, or even that, because people are doing other things besides just reading our papers. So I think we have to be mindful of others as well as ourselves, and some people won't speak up, and I don't think anybody should be disadvantaged, but if they do ask for it, I think it should be provided. You may not want it once.
I agree as well.
Quite agree with the council.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement with that. While it wouldn't be the norm in the exceptional circumstances where it's required, I think that should be able to be met.
And this is an important meeting. This is a very important meeting because those of us who are councillors are able to look and see everything that is happening, and when it's brought to us, and that perhaps we can do something. But nobody should be ignored.
Totally agree with you.
Totally agree as well.
Okay, if everyone's happy, we'll move on to agenda item 9, which I see says employee side report. The briefing notes I have say none received. Any comments from anyone?
Well, Unison's got one. You know, we'd just like to know why this was taken out, to be honest, because we feel, you know, there was no adequate response given, really. That's what Unison feels like. And
a report was
submitted. And now, you know, in here it says that it's been taken out. So a
report was submitted, but it's saying no report was sent. Unison did send a report. I just wonder where it is.
Okay, maybe we'll get an answer to that. I see Pamela Belgrave has her hand up. Pamela?
Yeah, I just want to know, sorry, if you submitted a report, why is on the agenda items it states that there was no report submitted? Would it not normally say that a report was submitted but not being published or being rejected? Wouldn't that be the norm? Because then it's open and transparent that something did go in. I just wanted to answer that question.
In my experience, that's what's happened, but if there's someone from the council side would like to comment, I'm happy to.
Can I ask our Director of HR and OD to comment on the reason why it was rejected? The point about that was well made on perhaps the report should say there was one submitted, but it was rejected for the following reasons might well be a sensible way forward as far as the minutes are concerned. But Tracy might like to comment on the reasons why.
Yes, Chair, just to confirm that it's not accurate that a report was not submitted. The position is that the report that was submitted by Unison was not accepted to be presented at this meeting. The reasons for that were set out to Unison by the Director of Legal and Governance, and there are 3 or 4 points that have been raised with Unison regarding the content of the report, and Unison have been invited to resubmit a report. Clearly, it's no longer relevant for that to happen for this meeting. However, Unison have been invited to resubmit a report that addresses the concerns that have been raised, and that would be welcome and encouraged for a future meeting, including, of course, the meeting scheduled for the 13th of January.
Thank you, Tracy. That sounds like an excellent idea for a resubmission for the next ECF. I think, though, going forward, obviously, in the needs of transparency and impartiality, if reports are rejected for whatever reason, it would probably be better for all concerned if on the documents that go out to the councillors, they're public documents stating that the report was submitted and the reasons why you felt you need to reject that report. That would probably make a lot more sense.
That's I'm sure that will be considered for future on advisement of the committee.
David, just a question. If management sent out a report we didn't agree with, would it be withheld?
I'm going to go out on a limb here, John, and say most definitely not, but that's not for me to answer. That would be down to the people that accept the reports. Right. Okay, we've done that. Presumably there's no other business. Take that as a no. The date of the next meeting is the 13th of January. Can I also make a suggestion? I don't know if this will work for everyone, but if we're going to be considering this health and safety report and the agenda items already scheduled for 13th of January. Would it be a good idea to possibly start the meeting a little bit earlier, because it's probably going to be quite an in-depth meeting that we're going to have in January? Pamela Belgrave. Oh, Fitzpatrick, sorry, that's my
Thank you. We'll have to get a code for us. I'm sorry, I was going to say before you started saying that, Davis, I just wanted to say at the end of the year, it's been a dreadful year for everybody, and I think the unsung heroes are the local authority staff who've kept going and kept things going, and I just wanted to say thank you very much. And I gave a round of applause when people came and collected my bins and everything, because I know, you know, everybody's clapping for everybody else, but local authority workers don't get it, and I really do appreciate it. So will you pass on my thanks? And I'm sure other councillors feel the same to everybody. I know it must feel like a thankless task sometimes for what you're doing, but I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Pamela, for saying that. But like you, we on our side feel exactly the same.
We do.
And the pleasure I get from people when they ask for something and it's done, it's always done with good faith. So please, all members of staff, all members, people sitting at the desk inside the front door as well, they're all perfect. They really are.
Thank you for those comments, and I will make sure that they're passed on. Right, so if there is no other business, I believe we can close this meeting at 7:08. Unless someone wants to tell me different, of course.
Excellent chairing, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
Thanks,
night.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
See you.